Hi, Sherry. Let's see. Hello. Let me see here. Where's my other thing? This one. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Margot. So today during the trial, heard about this case out in Oregon, and at that time they hadn't found the suspect. So this is a very crazy case because he was facing some pretty serious charges about doing things with an underage girl. That was coming, he was doing court. He ended up going to an elementary school. He killed a teacher that was his ex-wife. Then when police got a search warrant for his house, they found out that his girlfriend at the house was killed, and a 1-year-old was taken. But he has a history of doing things with underage women, and he was a school resource officer at an elementary school. So there's a lot of layers on this one. Then the child was missing. He was missing. He was believed to be on his way to Mexico. But police located, first they thought he was in a different car. They thought he was in a Toyota. He ended up being in this sedan. And then he shot himself at the end of this chase. The child is safe, but his condition is unknown. So we're gonna dive into this a little bit more. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with this. Hold on one second, because something's falling over here. Sorry. Okay. Let me pull this up. So, Elias Huizar is accused of killing his ex-wife and someone described as his girlfriend, also kidnapping a 1-year-old child. He was a former Washington State police officer. And now they say his condition was unknown, but now they say he killed himself. So he must have, taken care of that. So he killed himself now. And let's see, they were looking for him, police. He was 39 years old. He was driving south on Interstate 5 near Eugene, about 2:40 p.m., and the police captain, Kyle Kennedy, gave a press conference, and after approaching slow traffic, he hit a stopped vehicle and spun into the median. The captain said his car then became immobile, and as troopers contacted the vehicle, he shot himself in the head. The 1-year-old boy was safely taken by troopers. Authorities did not detail how they believe the child was kidnapped. No injuries were reported in the second and final crash about 25 miles from the start of the chase. And Kennedy said, and I quote, "Today was a worst-case scenario for us. Having a murder suspect in the same vehicle as an innocent juvenile, that brings everything up another level for us. It's a zero-sum game for us. We're thankful for the way it turned out." Elias was charged with first-degree murder in Monday's murder of Amber Rodriguez, 31, at Wiley Elementary School in West Richland. Just as classes were being let out shortly before 3:30 p.m., he arrived and shot his ex-wife. He was being investigated in the death of a woman whose body was discovered later on Monday when authorities searched his home, and that's being called his girlfriend. According to court documents filed against Elias on Monday, witnesses at the elementary school say a gunman wearing black clothing and a black hat shot Rodriguez. 8 .40 caliber casings were recovered at the scene. Rodriguez was identified after the murder, in part through her school employee ID tag. They had a 9-year-old son, and he witnessed the shooting of his mother. Unbelievable. You know that? That's something you don't, I mean, oh my gosh, just, what are we doing? What are we doing to her? The former husband and wife have 2 children together. At the time of the shooting, Elias was under conditional freedom after being accused of third-degree R of a child and second-degree R. His total bail had been set at $250,000. A separate court filing about those 2 SAs say 2 teens went to the police in early February after a 17-year-old girl, whom the prosecutors in the filing say identified herself as Elias's girlfriend, told officers she woke up to him performing oral relations on her 16-year-old friend, who was passed out after all 3 had been drinking alcohol. Elias said the 17-year-old and the cop have a child together, which would be the child that you see there. So he not only had relations with a 17-year-old, he got her pregnant, and she had a child with him. She was 15 years old when he got her pregnant. He was a resource officer at her middle school. Wonderful, right? The teenager took the baby and drove off with her 16-year-old friend after February's alleged incident before flagging down the police. That was in February. Now I believe that woman is dead. That 17-year-old is dead. From what we can see here, Washington State Patrol on Monday had issued an Amber Alert for the 1-year-old. State Patrol said that Elias and the boy shared the same last name, but the relationship between them was not immediately clear. It was also not immediately clear whether that child was the same one that he had with the 17-year-old. The alert was extended from Washington to Oregon, as well as other places in the West. The alert said that the women killed were the ex-wife and girlfriend. Yakima Police Department said, now that's funny, my friends live in Yakima, that Elias was an officer there from 2013 to 2022. He did serve as a school resource officer for a period of time at a couple of schools during his employment. He resigned in February of 2022, immediately following discipline, a department spokesperson said. Shelley Redinger, the superintendent of Richland School District, said Elias passed background checks and answered no to questions that included whether he had ever resigned from an employer with allegations of misconduct pending, or if he had ever been the subject of a workplace investigation accusing him of misconduct. She said his last day was in June of 2023. And she said, let me see here, I quote, "We are extremely disheartened that information about his past was not disclosed to us. It is expectation for individuals who apply for employment with the Richland School District to be forthcoming and truthful in their applications." So the child is safe. Let's see something here. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Hold on a minute. Got Okay, so let's say, how does this even happen? So let's see what happened. Somebody posted some stuff here. So he was once a coach at a school, and that's where he met his first wife, got her pregnant, and married her when she was a teenager, but it was never reported. He was arrested multiple times for things like threatening people with a knife, burglary, etc. He was still allowed to become a police officer. He was a resource officer at a middle school. And a 13-year-old said she has been excuse me, I'm just choking on a nut here. He's been having sex with her. He's investigated, but everyone says the little girl is lying. They don't find evidence, so they drop it. He's had domestic violence issues with the ex-wife. Court won't grant a protection order because and she was forced to spend a ton of money, get a lawyer, and to finally get any help. Now the guy was living with the 13-year-old, who's now 17, and was not ever lying because he got her pregnant as a teenager now too, and he's not gotten in trouble for that either. This person said, a grown man on the birth certificate for 2 different teen babies. How is this not waving red flags? Well, where's the other baby, and which mother was killed, right? He only finally gets child R charges because the 17-year-old girlfriend, the mom of his child, the baby that he's currently on the run with, she had friends over to spend the night once. He gave all the teen girls alcohol, and his girlfriend woke up to him doing that stuff to the friend, which they reported, which led to a standoff in his home with officers, and he was awaiting trial on that. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Crazy. So this is the scene as it looked when he came to stop at the median, on the median. And let me make this a little bit larger. Okay, supposedly, let me see here. Victims identified as Amber Rodriguez and Angelica Santos. Okay, so these are the women that he killed. This was the teacher, the ex-wife. Okay, that was Amber Marie Rodriguez. She was killed outside of the Wiley Elementary School in West Richland. And then Angelica Jelly Santos, 17 years old, was found dead at Elias's home. She's the mother of the 1-year-old child abducted named Roman. Let me put her up here. So he killed the girlfriend too and took the baby. The baby, here's a picture of the baby being rescued. And here's the picture when he was an officer. See, they said that he was traveling first in a 2009 silver Toyota Corolla. But then they saw another sedan when they were looking for him. And let me just see here. Okay. So let me go back here. That's a crazy story, right? Horrible. So many lives. Hi, Jen Grill. Hi, Painted Black. Painted Black, listen, I sent out a package for you today. I didn't bill you yet because it's so complicated with all the things. So I'm going to get to that tomorrow, but I sent out the stuff so you'll get your mail that will make you happy. There's gifts in there from Sandra and things you bought yourself, and plus I have to go through, but anyway, I sent that out. I sent a bunch of packages out today. I'll get to hi, Christine F. Hi. You see, for some reason I am not in my, oh, there we go. So let's see what else is making the okay, this is another, I mean, just crazy. We're talking about people that did not know how to deal with relationships, right? How to deal with it. Again, we go to Florida. We're all crazy. Seems like a lot of the crazy people go there. Okay. So a Florida man shot and killed his girlfriend over the weekend, but that's not bad enough. He then video calls her estranged husband to show him her body before turning himself into the Florida City Police. Alexander Roque, 48, is in jail on a charge of second-degree murder. The victim, Yesenia Rodriguez Marquez, 44 years old. Alexander shot her inside a white Hyundai Tucson Saturday night. Then he sent her estranged husband a photo of her body. The husband then said that Alexander called him on the phone and admitted that he killed her, and that he later video called him via WhatsApp and showed him the body. The husband screen recorded the call and gave it to investigators. Police say that Alexander also confessed to a cousin and sent him a photo of Yesenia's body. The cousin then called 911. Unbelievable, right? Crazy. How are these people just like walking around? It's crazy. Called 911, and then he drove to the police station and surrendered, telling them that his girlfriend's body and the gun he used to kill her were inside the car. Officers found the girlfriend in the front passenger seat and the gun on the driver's floorboard. It was a moment of such despair that I cannot explain to you how immense my pain is, said the victim's mother. I felt desperate to see that he is a sadistic, evil person. Marquez's ex-husband said she came to Florida from Cuba 7 months ago with her 12-year-old daughter, another child that has their whole life, just trajectory of their whole life, just because of these evil people, right? He brutally murdered her there and then made a video call to the girl's father, said the victim's mother. In the video call, he told her that he was a man and that he has to be respected, and that's why he killed Yesenia. Alexander appeared in court on Monday on a second-degree murder charge, and he was ordered held without bond. Judge Mindy S. Glazier cautioned him that he could face a different charge, saying, and I quote, "You killed the victim, then driving around in the car with her and sending pictures of her lifeless body to people? The state may charge it as first-degree murder." After his arrest, he invoked his right to remain silent and made no more statements. What a nut. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. So that's just two. Oh, guess who's seeking a new trial? That Lucy Letby, that nurse that murdered 7 babies. She's seeking a new trial. No, really? Lucy Letby? Sick person. Evil. British nurse found guilty in August of killing 7 babies and trying to kill 6 others renewed her appeal of those convictions. Lucy Letby, 34 years old, she received 14 life sentences for the murders she committed when she was a neonatal nurse at Countess of Chester Hospital between 2015 and 2016. The judge denied her initial bid to appeal shortly after her convictions last year. But she has since asked 3 senior judges in London to review her appeal. Letby's last trial lasted for 10 months, and in her appeal, she claimed that the trial judge wrongly denied her lawyer's motions. During her trial, it was revealed that she injected air into the victim's bloodstream, gave them insulin. It was also revealed that she killed 2 of 3 triplet boys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. In another instance, the former nurse tried to kill a premature girl 3 times before successfully doing so, and afterwards she sent a sympathy card to the victim's parents. Medical experts determined the premature girl did not die of natural causes. And a pediatric consultant says he stopped Letby from killing a 98-minute-old baby who was born prematurely. The consultant caught Letby standing over the incubator as the baby's oxygen levels plummeted. The consultant found the baby's breathing tube was dislodged and that an alarm had been silenced. Letby did not help the baby or seek backup. The consultant said he was already uneasy with Letby being alone with the preemie as he started to notice a coincidence between unexplained deaths, serious collapses, and Letby's presence. Oh, she's just so horrible. In June, Letby will be retried on an attempted murder charge that the jury could not decide on at her initial trial. A public inquiry into the slayings at Countess of Chester Hospital is ongoing, and hearings are scheduled to begin in the fall. How sick and twisted. Okay, let's see what happened here now. So, a retired Atlanta deputy chief is hoping the way death row inmates are covered in the media will change to reflect more sympathetic, victim-friendly reports. Lou Arcangeli, who spent 29 years with the Atlanta Police Department, and he worked on the infamous Atlanta child murder cases, continues his fight for justice. In a letter that he wrote to AJC, Arcangeli said he's fed up with making murderers more relatable by covering their chosen last meals. He says more balanced reports are needed to honor the victims of violent crimes over their killers. This last meal nonsense seems a literary contrivance to defy the executed to the level of the biblical Last Supper, or to make the murderer more relatable, more human, and less evil. It is an obsolete newspaper tradition that needs to end. Okay. So, William James Pye, 59, was executed at the Georgia Diagnostic and Classification State Prison this month for the 1993 kidnapping and murder of Alicia Lynn Yarbrough. Pye and Yarbrough had been in an on-again, off-again relationship at the time of her death. She was living with another man. Pye, Chester Adams, and a 15-year-old then decided to rob the man, and they bought a gun to facilitate the robbery. The court documents say that the three went to the residence and found Yarbrough alone with her baby. They forced entry into the home. They stole a ring and a necklace, and then they forced her to leave with them, leaving the baby home alone. At a nearby motel, they arred Yarbrough, and then they took her to a cow pasture where Pye ordered her to lie on the ground, face down, and shot her. Her body was found November 17, 1993, by a Griffin farmer who spotted her lying on the dirt road. Police later said she had been shot 3 times in the stomach. All 3 suspects were subsequently arrested. Pye and Adams initially denied knowing anything about the murder, but the teen confessed and reached a plea deal that made him the key witness in Pye's trial. This is the woman they killed. Right there. The defense tried to paint a picture that Pye had diminished mental that he was had mental issues, that and there was no evidence of any of those medical. He had diminished culpability because he was intellectually challenged. They say that he was born with a frontal lobe impairment and fetal alcohol syndrome, but there was no evidence of those medical conditions. The state also called its own mental health expert, who testified that the facts of Pye's crime, which involved significant premeditation and planning, weren't consistent with frontal lobe impairment or fetal alcohol syndrome. Though he acknowledged that Pye had cognitive deficits that would have affected his ability to function in the community. Arcangeli pointed out Pye, despite claims of a mental disability, successfully planned and carried out a robbery and murder. Okay. The victim was a young mother of 3, and She's been largely pushed to the side since her untimely death, but her oldest daughter, Tawana Bell, says she's been given closure for the first time in her life since the murder. A cousin, Jernetta Starks, said that they wanted the world to know that she was a somebody. You know, the whole time, the whole 30 years, the focus has been on Pi. Hasn't even been on Alicia, and that's not fair. Her children got lost in all of this, said her cousin. Meanwhile, Arcangeli vows to continue to fight for justice and has made great strides in his efforts. He once blew the whistle on the city of Atlanta when they were shaving crime statistics to make the city appear safer than it was. And although he faced smear campaigns for the exposure, it hasn't stopped Arcangeli from working to make a difference. There was a mistrial in that let me just get this up here. There we go. An Arizona judge declared a mistrial on Monday in the trial of a rancher who shot dead an unarmed migrant with an AK-47 after the jury could not reach a unanimous decision. George Allen Kelly's defense argued that he fired warning shots in the air when he saw a group of armed men near his property and that one of them shot at him. His wife, however, testified she didn't hear a shot before her husband's warning shots, and a Border Patrol agent testified that the defense contention was the area was full of rip crews, groups of criminals operating to take advantage of migrants, hadn't been true in a decade. Law enforcement also testified they found no guns, drug packs, or any other signs of illegal activity in the area other than the migrants crossing the border illegally for work. Gabriel Butumia, 48, was shot and killed on January 30th, 2023. He was traveling with another migrant, Daniel Ramirez, and both had crossed the border illegally looking for work. Ramirez testified last year during a preliminary hearing about the day that Kelly shot him in a hail of bullets. Investigators found 9 spent shell casings on Kelly's patio, but the bullet that killed Gabriel Kuhn Butumia passed through his body and was never found. Kelly's story changed as the investigation continued. At first, he was telling investigators that the migrant shot at him, and he only shot back. And then he later said he had an altercation with someone and he heard a gunshot. And the defense said his story changed because of fear and adrenaline. Kelly was exuberant at the declared mistrial, and his Texas attorney, who complained about stringent rules for evidence in Arizona, called it the second best outcome. They won't wear me down, Kelly, 75, told reporters after the trial ended, and a hearing is scheduled on Monday when prosecutors will tell the judge if they plan to seek a retrial. So we've got that. Okay, there was a woman's body found in a trash can in California, and people just want to know what the heck happened. Residents are speaking out after a California woman's body was reportedly discovered in a trash can last week. Los Angeles police were called to a Sunland neighborhood on Tuesday regarding possible human remains in a trash can. When they opened the trash can, a body was discovered, and the LA Medical Examiner's Office subsequently identified the decedent as Heather Haas, 32 years old. A resident said the trash can was put on his property and he reportedly moved it into the street, unaware there was a body inside. He saw that it was a trash can tipped over on its face, and I could smell something not right away. The resident claimed the trash can smelled and was zip tied, and the serial number was scratched off. And the sanitation, he reportedly called police and sanitation about the trash can, which led to the body's discovery. Officials have not disclosed how Haas died, and the case is under investigation. Unbelievable. Okay, let's see where you guys are. Here you are. Hi, Sandra M. Sandra M., I want to ask you something. You know that, oh, never mind. You had a dragonfly necklace and faith earrings. You didn't have those going to Painted Black, right? Because I sent out Painted Black stuff, and I didn't see that. The Astro from space, he was a cop. That's how they let him out. They knew he'd been doing things with that girl, he's saying, and after that he was able to work at the school around more underage girls. I'm in Rewind chat. Was this cop even out after? He was not a cop after those essay cases. I don't believe he was. That's when he was on that bail. And he was doing court. Yeah, it's really crazy stuff. And then he had a SWAT standoff because he was arrested in February. Yes, he was arrested in February when that 17-year-old called and reported that he was engaging in sexual intimate acts with a 16-year-old. Yes. Let's see. Finally, jurors are being picked tomorrow in Karen Reed. Trial should start Monday. Really? Finally. It's taken a long time, right? Which reminds me of something else I've got to do here. I've got to do just change this for day 10. Daybell was on trial today. They had David Whitaker, Melanie's husband, on. Good deal of the time. What'd you guys think? Did any of you watch it? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, Joe. Let me know. Okay. Now, got to be quiet with this stuff. I have to pull up my, not pull up, I have to start up my live for the trial tomorrow. So let's see. Schedule a stream. Let me see here. Okay, this is going to be trial day 10 for Mr. Taybell. No worries, he's not getting off. Can't believe this has already been 10 freaking days already. Come on, Daybell, this is crazy. I mean, they take so many breaks and they end so early, it's kind of ridiculous. No wonder the trial is going to go on so long. That's not the right shite. just made the thumbnail. Evie loves my thumbnails. Okay, sorry, I had a... Okay. Where's the, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where did it go? Oh my goodness, where did it go? Hold on, just didn't want to. Save. Let's try it again. Try it again, Joe. Wrong one. So what did everybody do today? I took a nice walk. It was cool, but okay, let's see. There we go. There we go. There we go. All fixed. So, 10:30 a.m. And I do think, let's see. Yeah, you guys are doing, I'm feeling kind of sleepy. I know. I can't watch tomorrow. Bob has an appointment in the city. Okay, be safe. Lots of breaks and lots of cross and redirect sidebars, yeah. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna let you go tonight because I'm exhausted and I've got to take care of myself and get some rest. Yeah, Karen Reed sounds interesting. All right, guys. We'll see you later, guys. Have a good night. Love you. God bless. Prayers for all. Oh, please pray for One Eye Blind Arts. He's in the hospital. He said he might have had a stroke. So please pray for One Eye Blind Arts. Thank you. One Eye, we're praying for you. Please get better.